maybe 2.
Tonight, a fire department says they're ready for anything, how this new energy source could help them save your home. Plus, 2 bodies laying on the side of Highway 26 leave neighbors shocked.
It's kind of scary. It's really weird, not knowing who or what or when.
Why deputies are having trouble piecing clues together. But first, the rain keeps pouring down and it's already causing problems.
Destroyed all the furniture, all of our belongings. I mean, I don't know where we're gonna go from here.
Team coverage of our November rain is first on Fox.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
And we do begin tonight with breaking news as an earthquake hit near Portland just minutes ago.
The magnitude 2.7 quake was centered about 2 miles west-southwest of Portland. Our newsroom was just flooded with calls from people saying that they felt the quake.
Viewers from Lake Oswego to Milwaukee say it was a quick jolt, but it was powerful enough for them to take notice. So far, there are no reports of any damage.
Also, more breaking news tonight. Portland firefighters are on the scene of a house fire right now. It all started about an hour ago at 4930 Northwest Cornell Road in Portland. Officials say they've had some trouble getting to the fire because of the rain. We will have the latest information on both of these breaking news stories as we learn more. Weather is causing plenty of problems tonight. Heavy rain started yesterday and have continued today. The weather caused big backups on major highways as slick roads have made for dangerous driving. And for some, it's hurting their homes. We have live team coverage tonight. Fox 12 meteorologist Drew Jackson is tracking where the heaviest rain is falling right now. But we start tonight with KPTV's Jim Hyde, who's live in Fairview. Jim?
Well, Hillary, the rain is threatening to get heavy again here in Fairview. Since the wind and rain first stopped the new roof project here at the Columbia Village Apartments on Wednesday, folks have watched their belongings be destroyed by the water. We'll talk with them in a moment, but first, traffic accidents on the wet roads. A half dozen cars collided on Highway 26 eastbound between the tunnel and the zoo exit. The pileup closed traffic toward downtown Portland starting about 5 this evening. It took an hour and a half to reopen all lanes. Another accident after 7 p.m. at about the same spot west of the tunnel on Highway 26 clogged it again. Police say no one was hurt. About 7 o'clock, a jackknife semi at I-205 and Highway 213 southbound closed the 3 inside lanes. Rain apparently contributed to all 3 accidents.
This is my son's bed.
At the Columbia Village in Fairview, rain continues to damage apartments, including Lottie Colburn's place. The unit she shares with Josh Smith and his 2 children is worse off tonight than when they left on Friday.
When we left, we covered up all our belongings to make sure to protect from the water damage.
Since then, the ceilings are collapsing and water spits out when you walk on the sodden carpet. And they are not alone.
We've got stuff coming down. We got water dripping everywhere, and it's just garbage.
The renters and apartment managers say the old roof was removed last week, and work on the new one halted by heavy rain and wind on Wednesday. The plastic sheeting and efforts by the roofing contractor to complete the work have not been enough.
As far as property damage, what we're going to do, moving expenses, that sort of thing, I have no idea.
The idea that needs to be developed in Fairview tonight, how to create a water-repellent roof in a driving rain. Reporting live in Fairview, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
And the rain isn't letting up in many areas tonight. Fox 12 meteorologist Drew Jackson joins us to show us who's seeing the most rain right now. Drew?
Portland North, that's who's seeing the heavy rain right now. Look at Kelso Longview under the bullseye of some very heavy rain. But notice south of Portland getting a break. The trend has been for this to lift to the north here over the evening. And I think that's a trend that's going to continue at least for the next few hours. We'll zoom in closer here to Clark County. You can see a lot of Clark County now just recently drying out, but up towards Battleground still raining. Woodland, Washington, Prescott, Longview out into the Coast Range of Oregon, raining heavily right now. And look at the winds along the coast. These are sustained winds at the moment. Gusts are exceeding 50 miles an hour in many cases. Farther south, the rain has let up a bit, but the wind still continues along the coast. And there is a high wind warning in effect for the coast tonight and tomorrow. Check out the other weather advisories we have in effect. All of western Oregon, western Washington under a flood watch. And of course, that high wind warning continues for the coast and the Coast Range through tomorrow. When will this rain let up and when will we get the heaviest rain in Portland? Details about that later on.
Drew, thanks, and stay tuned to Fox 12 for continuing coverage of the November rains. We'll have a full forecast later on in this newscast and the latest updates tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon. And don't forget, you can always check the forecast anytime on our website, kptv.com.
In other news tonight, for the second time in 3 days, Washington County detectives are investigating a multiple murder. The bodies of two men were found this morning at the end of a driveway on Highway 26. KPTV's Deborah Gill is live there with the latest from the Fox 12 mobile newsroom. Deb?
Hillary, at this hour, detectives do not believe the bodies found this morning are in any way connected to the mother and her two sons found shot to death in their Bethany home on Friday. But still tonight, detectives are looking for clues as to who these men are and how they died. Tonight, the crime scene is cleared on Highway 26 in northwestern Washington County. But neighbors are still shaken by the discovery of two bodies nearby.
A little bit, yeah. Especially having two on your doorstep. Not something you wake up to every day.
Deputies say someone driving by who had pulled off the side of the highway first noticed the bodies in a ditch by the road and called 911. Just after state police got the call, John and Judy Neely were headed into town to run some errands.
And then all of a sudden we saw lots of highway patrols, just lights and siren zipping up there, and we thought maybe we better turn around and go back home because this is not normal.
Deputies say the murder victims were white, middle-aged men. The Neelys instantly became concerned about their neighbor who owns the property where the bodies were found.
My wife called Mr. Cubic and said, "Are you okay?" Well, we just woke him up. And he said, "Yeah, what's going on?" He says, "Well, you have a lot of activity going on at the end of your driveway. You need to walk down there."
Once they realized their neighbor was okay, the Neelys decided to leave again, but started seeing bloody clothing on the road.
I says, "John, there's a bloody towel in the road." And as we kept going, there was stuff in the road, like somebody throwing stuff out of their car.
Detectives had the westbound lane of Highway 26 closed for much of the day as they collected the evidence and looked for clues. Neighbors are anxious for answers to come out.
But things like that just don't happen out here.
Detectives will wait for an autopsy to determine how the men died and hopefully give them clues as to who the men are. They are asking for any witnesses to come forward, someone who may have seen something suspicious on Highway 26 between Manning and the Sunset Tunnel either late last night or early this morning. Reporting live tonight in the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom, Deborah Gill, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, it has been a busy weekend for Washington County deputies. Investigators are still looking for clues in a triple murder Deborah mentioned earlier. Melody Dang and her two sons, 12-year-old Jimmy and 16-year-old Stephen, were found shot to death early Friday morning in their house on Northwest Telshire Terrace and Bethany Boulevard. Investigators have assigned a deputy to take a look at the boys' MySpace pages for any clues. Deputies haven't identified a suspect or a motive, but they don't believe the public is in danger because they say they feel the killer is someone who knew the Dangs and was only targeting them. Well, tonight we're learning new details about a Gresham murder case that's left one brother dead and the other in jail. Police say Casey French shot his older brother Austin to death last week. According to court documents, Casey told police he killed his brother because he planned to steal money and drugs from him. A family friend sent Fox 12 new photos of Austin. Investigators say Casey had been living with Austin and Austin's fiancée for about a year.
Fox 12's most wanted tonight is someone who stabbed and Aloha man several times in the chest and took off. Washington County deputies were called to an apartment complex on Southwest Heritage Court around 6:30 this evening. Paramedics took the man to the Emmanuel Trauma Center where he is in serious condition. A dog was brought to the scene to track down the attacker but didn't find anyone. Deputies are now waiting for the victim to get out of surgery so they can get more details. The Kaiser Police Department was flooded with calls reporting car vandalism this morning. And tonight, those responsible for the damage are also Fox 12's most wanted. Officers were called to investigate one of the cars around 8 o'clock this morning in the Gubser neighborhood. Shortly after that first report came in, more victims in the neighborhood realized that their cars had too been smashed up. At last count, police say 18 cars were damaged, most with broken windshields or rear windows. The drivers whose cars were targeted say what might be a night of fun for the vandals ends up costing them their paychecks and their sense of security.
I think they should have to pay to replace everybody's windows.
I would hope that whoever did this realizes what they did and makes some changes in their lives. This, we all live in the same community.
Authorities say in all, damages are estimated to be around $7,000. If you have any information about this case, call Kaiser Police.
A homeowner in Albany is facing a major remodeling project tonight after a train tipped over and fell on his house. The accident happened around 7 o'clock this morning near Southeast 6th Street. 8 empty lumber cars derailed, hit the home, and crushed part of a minivan. The train cars are owned by Pacific and Willamette. No one was hurt in the ordeal, but people nearby not only heard the derailment, they felt it.
The train just kind of went thud, thud, crush, and it cracked the corner of the house. And I was only staying the night, so this was kind of awkward.
I bet, awkward indeed. A city building official inspected the home that the train hit and said it was structurally sound. Crews temporarily evacuated 6 other homes because the train also hit some power lines. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the derailment.
A North Portland house fire killed one man and hurt another early this morning. Neighbor Brian Olson ran to the house and started screaming after noticing smoke while walking on North Portsmouth. One man in the house woke up and jumped out of the window to safety, but thick smoke stopped Olson from getting a second man out.
No, I heard him though. I heard him screaming for help, and no one could get to him at that point.
The 47-year-old man later died at Emmanuel Hospital. The 42-year-old who survived was treated for cuts and bruises. Authorities say candles likely started that fire. The men staying at the house had no heat or electricity. A Beaverton hiker is safe tonight after getting lost and spending a wet night in the Columbia River Gorge. Alexei Cheratenko came disoriented after picking mushrooms on Larch Mountain yesterday and couldn't find his way out of the forest. Rescue crews found him on a logging road around 8 o'clock this morning, about 7 miles from where he was last seen. More than 30 rescue workers searched for the hiker overnight. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says he was wet and cold, but is expected to be okay.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
Sentenced to death, but the trial of Saddam Hussein may be far from over, and experts say it could mean new problems for the U.S.
He said, I really believe in helping people. I think a lot of people live in disadvantaged places, and I think I can make a difference.
A mother overcome with emotion as hundreds gather to honor her son. More on his sacrifice for the war on terror coming up.
Plus, it's being called plaid collar crime, why farms are being burglarized in record numbers and what it could cost you.
Charlie comes clean. What the actor is saying about his ugly divorce and his soon-to-be ex, that's coming up in the Hollywood Buzz.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news, first live, local. Friday morning's commute was a wreck, but you can beat the backup Monday morning with first live local weather and traffic. Tomorrow starting at 5 on Good Day, Oregon.
We believe that by seeing you when you're healthy, we can help keep you that way. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Wake up to an entire year of savings with Comcast. For just $33 a month, get America's #1 high-speed internet with McAfee security, enhanced cable TV with on-demand, or Comcast digital voice with unlimited nationwide long distance and 12 popular calling features. That's right, only $33 each per month for 12 months. Subscribe to 1, 2, or all 3. It's your choice. Get ready to save. Call 1-800-COMCAST by Tuesday for one of our best offers ever.
Sentenced to death, but Saddam supporters promise to make Americans pay. Details on a possible backlash on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Man, this thing is smunchy. Smunchy? Soft, melty, crunchy. It's smunchy.
I'm thinking craffelty. Crunchy, soft, melty.
No, it's more of a crunchy, chewy, cheesy. Crunch-cheesy.
Nice.
I know. Knuckle me. Thank
Nice.
you.
Oh, okay, I'll just...
Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. It's a textural taste sensation. To get crunchy, chewy, and cheesy, think outside the bun.
He brought our schools back from the worst funding crisis in decades, moved millions of dollars from administrative overhead into the classroom, and increased college scholarships 30%. Ted Kolangoski. Nobody fights harder to improve our schools. His education enterprise plan will mean smaller class sizes, better teacher training, and up-to-date textbooks, and it'll finally guarantee stable funding for schools. Ted Kolangoski. Other politicians get more attention. but no governor gets more done.
Fox Monday. One brother has been captured, and destiny brings two lives together again.
Hello, Sarah.
All new Prison Break. Then at 9. It's the wildest courtroom defense yet.
Sharks didn't kill her, Ron.
But they ate half of her.
All new justice after Prison Break. Monday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon.
In the fight for Iraq tonight, former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein has been sentenced to death by hanging.
The court has sentenced the defendant Saddam Hussein al-Majid to execution by hanging. Long live the people, down with the traitors.
Now, Hussein can appeal his sentence, but after his appeals are exhausted, he will ultimately face death within 30 days. Hussein and his 7 co-defendants heard their fate early this morning. They were on trial for the execution of 148 people. Saddam Hussein's fellow Sunnis paraded through his hometown protesting the verdict. His chief lawyer says the former Iraqi leader wants Iraqis and the world to know he rejects the current violence in Iraq. Just before the verdict was read, he also said the U.S. will be defeated, not him.
And President Bush shared his thoughts on today's sentencing. He says the verdict means victory for Iraqi people, Saddam's victims, and the Iraqi government.
Yet history will record today's judgment as an important achievement on the path to a free and just and unified society.
The president promised to support unity within the Iraqi government. Meanwhile, Democrats promised to make changes in the war in Iraq if they take control of Congress after Tuesday's elections.
He volunteered to fight in the war on terror not once but twice. And today an Oregon soldier who was killed in Afghanistan was honored for that commitment. Family and friends paid tribute to Staff Sergeant Robert Paul at an emotional service in the Dalles today.
What started out as an ordinary day for me and my family became a day of infinite sadness and grief.
The day was September 8th. Esther Paul got word that her son, Staff Sergeant Robert Paul, had died in the line of duty. But at a memorial service in the Dalles today, Paul tried to focus on the better times. A boy who loved baseball, served as a Boy Scout, and watched movies with a box of hats nearby.
If it was a cowboy movie, he put on a cowboy hat. And if it was an Indian movie, he put on the Indian headdress. Navy cap, helmet, fatigue hat. He was just switching the hats.
Through the years, Bobby Paul wore many hats, one of them a volunteer with the Peace Corps in Kenya.
He said, I really believe in helping people. I think a lot of people live in disadvantaged places, and I think I can make a difference. And I said, I really don't want you to go.
And eventually, that desire to help led Robert Paul to the military. As an Army reservist, Paul first went to Iraq. He returned home, but left again for Afghanistan.
I asked him, was there anybody that I could call to get him out of it? And he said, but you don't understand. I want to go.
Paul and a fellow soldier were killed when a car bomber hit their Humvee. Esther Paul says Bobby died doing what he believed in, and at the end of today's service referred to a card written by a close family friend.
She said, Bobby was a very beautiful baby, and now he's a very beautiful angel. And that's how I'm going to remember him.
Paul and his wife lived in the Dalles. He worked in land use planning for the city and for Wasco County.
Your Vote 2006 is just 2 days away. It's too late now for you to mail in your ballot, so make sure you drop it off by 8 o'clock Tuesday night. Now let's take a look at how many votes have already been counted in the Portland area. In Multnomah County, more than 138,000 ballots have come in. That's 35% of registered voters in that county. In Washington County, more than 70,000 registered voters have sent in ballots. That's 28% there. And in Clackamas County, more than 84,000 votes have been counted. That's 40%.
In tonight's Real Teen Report, a real look at why young people avoid voting. But while teens may not be running to the ballot box, one local group is trying something new to turn things around. KPTV's Austin Reed reports.
As the youth vote, it really is the future.
That's why the Oregon Student Association has been working long days and nights over the past few months registering 18-year-olds. The group is based out of Portland State University and organizes on-campus voter registration drives, area school visits, and now MySpace.com promotions.
It's another avenue that the Oregon Student Association has taken in terms of getting out the vote and communicating with students.
This year, the group decided to use MySpace to remind young people how important it is to vote. The Student Association's goal is to register more than 30,000 teens. We talked with 18-year-olds who are voting for the first time.
It was kind of hard to understand a lot of the measures. It was a bit overwhelming.
I'm a little bit confused too, because it's a big thing.
But with the confusion comes a responsibility.
When I turn 18, there's not, what can you do, buy cigarettes? I mean, I'm not really into that, and voting is something I can really do. I really want to be able to have a say in what goes on.
And with just a few days left until Election Day, the Oregon Student Association plans on doing what it has for years.
On the ground, talking with students one-on-one is always going to be the best method.
And for more information on the Oregon Student Association, just head to our website, the address kptv.com, and click on news links. From the Fox 12 Newsroom, Austin Reed, the 10 o'clock news.
And organizers with another local group tell me they too are having success with young voters. The Bus Project has registered 20,000 young people this year. Well, stay tuned to Fox 12 for all the latest information on Your Vote 2006. We'll have an update tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon, and again tomorrow night on the 10 and 11 o'clock news. And all the election information you need is on our website, kptv.com.
He went into a mattress store, but not because he was looking for a good deal.
Now, the high-speed chase had ended with a man sleeping on a hard mattress in jail.
Every year, neighbors say it's the same dangerous mess. So is Highway 35 due for another washout?
And it's still raining, but only in places around the Portland area and also points north. Right now, very mild, 63 degrees here at 10 o'clock at night. Look live outside here this evening. The wind is blowing, too, and it's only going to blow stronger here tomorrow. Details about a very stormy Monday coming up.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
One of these letters is dangerous because it's the government-mandated notice of a teen's pregnancy being delivered to an abusive parent. Measure 43 sets up an automatic required notification to parents with no exceptions for rape or even incest. It puts at-risk teens in greater danger. No counseling, no protection, just an impersonal and dangerous letter sent in the mail. Measure 43. It's not so simple, and it's definitely not safe.
Try new KFC Famous Bowls. Freshly prepared with our home-style mashed potatoes, layered with sweet corn, all-white meat crispy chicken, and topped with our signature gravy and 3-cheese blend. Dig into great layers of flavor with KFC Famous Bowls.
The biggest RV sale of the year is here. The 48th Annual Portland Metro RV Show, November 8th through November 12th at the Expo Center. Save thousands with special incentives on new 2006 RVs. Just imagine where it might lead.
Bex, I need the closest dentist.
Dr. Victoria Repka, 555 no pain. She's 5 minutes away.
Thanks.
How?
Dex, don't ask.
Vega Locksmiths on 8th Street.
Thanks.
What do you need, Grandpa?
Coffee.
I know 93 coffee shops.
No, they're by your foot.
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Sort of.
Dex. For the most complete local info, Dex is the one that gets used. Dex knows.
Still tonight's Who Makes the Fox 12 Final Cut. Remembering what happened last year, neighbors near one local road know it could be just a matter of time before they're in trouble.
There's white and blue collar crimes. Now farmers are mad about plaid.
The face of the Big Easy may be changing, why some are now calling it Nueva Orleans. Those stories coming up in the Fox 12 Final Cut.
2,000 years ago, they probably never imagined people would be going past this at 50 kilometers per hour. Just like we probably can't predict what we'll be driving in the future. That's why we're developing thermoplastic car body parts that are lightweight and highly impact resistant. Not to mention recyclable, so we can keep things moving forward. I'm Marina Anglani, and I work for ExxonMobil.
Oregon's waited a long time for results from Ted Kulingoski, but Ted's time is up. Newspapers call Kulingoski a no-show governor who has not stepped up to lead. Ron Saxton will change Oregon with education reform, more money into classrooms, a focus on results. He'll hold the line on taxes, cut waste, control spending, with leadership, not partisanship. Kulingoski won't make the changes Oregon needs, but you can. Ron Saxton for governor.
In news from around the Northwest tonight, a drunk driver led police on a wild chase through the streets of Eugene before he crashed head-on into a mattress store.
Authorities arrested the driver, Abdul Qasim Zahar, last night. There were 5 other people in the car, 2 of which were taken to the hospital. Police arrested another passenger after they allegedly caught him with drugs. Police say they found marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a large amount of pills. Traffic is getting through again on Highway 395 after a rock slide sent boulders crashing into traffic today. It happened this morning on the stretch of road south of Colville. 3 boulders tumbled onto the highway and hit 2 cars. Those drivers suffered just minor injuries. Crews closed the highway while they cleared those rocks.
Well, the rain showing up on live radar beginning to die down temporarily, but with all the rain falling in the Cascades, look at the creeks and streams and the way they've responded. Viewer photos sent of a raging Silver Falls. It's only going to get worse. More details about the rain coming up.
How low can gas prices go? Don't get your hopes up. We'll tell you why this may be as good as it gets.
And one city is calling its Christmas tree the tallest one in the world. But does it count if it's made of stone? We'll explain coming up.
I'm Tim Becker with a look ahead to Oregon sports final tonight at 11. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Blazers, their surprising start, and the thrilling home opener last night. The Beavers and Ducks moving up in the world after a couple solid wins yesterday. Plus, we are going to take you curling, the unique Olympic sport, alive and well right here in Portland. Those items and more on Oregon Sports Final at 11.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Looking for a great local job? Here are a few Northwest jobs from Fox 12 Oregon, powered by JobDango.com. Planned Parenthood is hiring a medical billing manager, position located in Washington. Herzog-Meyer is hiring auto sales reps, positions located in Beaverton. And Wells Fargo Collections is hiring a call center supervisor, position located in Beaverton. For details on these local jobs and thousands more, or to advertise your jobs, go to KPTV.com and click on Northwest Jobs at the left side of our homepage.
Don't forget soap.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. Yes, Mom. Hey, guys. Hey. Got steel wool? Yeah. Good.
Looking for creative ways to save energy? Northwest Natural can help with web tools and tips on how to conserve gas and lower your monthly bill. So you don't have to go to extremes. Learn more at nwnatural.com.
So, you're ready to let fly with your vote. Measures 41 and 48 may sound appealing, but guess what? Instead of limiting the influence of lobbyists and special interests, you end up hitting our schools. You'll hit seniors, and you'll hit public safety. Unintended consequences? You bet. These are complicated measures, and just like a boomerang, they'll come back to hit you right where you live. Vote no on 41 and 48.
When the power goes out, a local firefighting squad won't lose the power to save lives. Their secret? We'll have it coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Mattress World's having a good, better, best sale.
Get a twin, full, queen, or king for one low price.
Choose this one for just $99 each piece.
Go better for just $169 each piece.
Or best for just $239 each piece.
And get no interest, no payments for 1 full year. Mattress World's hard-to-find locations will save you money.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
If we can't beat any price on any comparable mattress, then the mattress is free.
At your Dodge dealer, it's all about the best in American and German engineering and design. And now, during the 2006 model year-end clearance, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2006 Dodge trucks. Get Durango with the best interior room in its class. Or grab 0 for 60 on Dakota. Or Ram 1500, best in durability with available Hemi power. So hurry into your Dodge dealer today. During the Dodge model year-end clearance, get 0% financing for 60 months on all 2006 Dodge trucks. Hurry, this offer ends soon.
Live streaming video of election night coverage only on KPTV.com.
He brought our schools back from the worst funding crisis in decades, moved millions of dollars from administrative overhead into the classroom, and increased college scholarships 30%. Ted Kulangoski. Nobody fights harder to improve our schools. His education enterprise plan will mean smaller class sizes, better teacher training, and up-to-date textbooks. And it'll finally guarantee stable funding for schools. Ted Kulangoski. Other politicians get more attention, but no governor gets more done.
Bad news at the pump tonight. After 4 months of declining, gas prices are beginning to stabilize. Since early August, prices nationwide have steadily declined almost $1 from $3.03. As prices even out, the national average for a gallon of regular today is $2.20. The Portland average today is $2.30. The cheapest gas we could find in the Portland area was $2.21. This was at both the Hillsboro Costco's and in Scappoose, also at Fred Meyer. To find the cheapest gas in our area, check our website, kptv.com, and click on Pump Patrol.
Well, they're known for saving lives, but a Hillsboro fire station may also be known for saving power. The agency is using a new way to keep the lights on, and it's a technology that could be powering your home in the near future. KPTV's Jim Hyde has the story.
Fire engines and emergency crews would not know where to go, nor report what they find if the Ronler Acres fire station goes dark. Like many others, this outpost uses a diesel-powered backup generator. Now, it also has a cleaner, quieter alternative.
Inside, we have 4 bottles.
The hydrogen fuel is delivered in pressurized bottles. The cell itself is a cabinet-sized contraption that can provide 5,000 watts of power to the station.
This allows the fuel cell to run for 6 hours uninterrupted. A fuel cell, like any energy conversion device, is only limited by the amount of fuels.
Fuel cells use a controlled chemical reaction combining hydrogen and oxygen to produce electricity.
And the only emissions are a little bit of water and a little bit of heat. So it's really terrific for an urban application where noise is a concern or pollution is a concern.
The concept appeals to the neighbors.
People have been using generators and things like that, you know, gas-powered generators for years, and if hydrogen's a better way to go, then I can see it.
The fire station must be able to keep on top of breaking events.
We'll have power, lights to the room, be able to operate our ham radio equipment.
Stationary fuel cells like this are useful now. Hydrogen power promoters say using them in homes and vehicles seems promising.
I think hydrogen's the wave of the future. I think, you know, from cars to everything, it's going to be something that's a viable source of energy that we need to really tap into.
The price and delivery of the hydrogen fuel and the investment and availability of the equipment make it more expensive than fossil fuels today. But those who believe in the concept say cost and benefits will become closer and more popular in the next decade. In Hillsboro, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, promoters of hydrogen fuel cells say they are counting on incentives like the state's business energy tax credit program to help fuel consumers.
And meteorologist Drew Jackson is back with us now. A fun day for you.
Yeah, lots of rain falling out there. It's actually only going to get heavier later tomorrow. So I think the worst of it, Monday night into Tuesday morning. Starting to get a little bit of an ease off now, though. You can see it on live radar. And from Portland south, getting a temporary break. I'm not sure exactly how long this break might last. Maybe a couple hours, as it looks like the whole area of heavy rain is lifting farther to the north. So right now, some light showers falling in Washington County, west side out towards Beaverton and even points south. But east of I-5, not much happening. Up north, that's where all the rain is right now. From in the Coast Range, Vernonia, out towards Woodland, up I-5 towards Longview and Kelso and Castle Rock, and then farther towards the west, North Oregon coast, where it's quite windy as well. Astoria, Seaside, down to Cannon Beach, getting the rain. It looks like just south of Tillamook is the line right now of where it's raining steadily. Points north, getting the steady rain. Points south, just some lighter showers. All right, let's show you the wider view of the radar from 12 hours ago. I'll advance this to the present, and you can see it's mostly a northwest Oregon, western Washington thing, with some stuff falling east of the Cascades as well. But the bulk of the rain tonight, western Washington and the extreme northwest corner of Oregon. Now, as we go through the night tonight, the area of heavy rain stays up in this area. Here's Portland. We're right on the edge through tomorrow morning. We're still right on the edge during the day tomorrow, but then in the evening, this whole mess of heavy rain will shift farther south. So tomorrow evening about this time, we'll be under the bullseye of the heavy rain. And then during tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, it sinks a little farther south and we start to get out of it. On the satellite picture, this is what's going on. The source of all this water way down in the tropics. You can see this pipeline of moisture, kind of a fire hose effect, if you will. And this is the classic Pineapple Express pattern where we get all this rain coming out of the tropics. And we will continue to see that Pineapple Express pattern for the next couple days. And with that, very mild temperatures, 63 at PDX, 63 Salem, upper 50s along the coast, even central and eastern Oregon, very mild in the 50s. And these temperatures are not going to fall off much tonight. Look at the rainfall totals. 4 o'clock yesterday, 4 o'clock today. More than 2 inches down at North Bend, nearly 2 inches at Newport. Farther north, not quite as much, but that's where the heavy rain is lifting now. So in the last 6 hours, in just 6 hours, Astoria, 1.45 inches, 1.23 inches at Hoquiam. And here in Portland, about 2/3 of an inch just in 6 hours. How much more rain will fall? Well, check out this map. It's very colorful, indicating the heavy rain, perhaps 6 to 10 inches in the next 2 days in the Coast Range, more than 2 inches in the Willamette Valley, and near Mount St. Helens, southwest Washington Cascades, perhaps more than 10 inches of rain, all the way up to about 10,000 feet here between now and Tuesday. Then the snow level drops. We get new snow in the Cascades, start building the base at the ski areas. It may even snow and stick at pass level, so be aware of that towards the end of the week. First live local forecast details now. For the Oregon coast, windy and rainy, especially north tonight. High wind warning for the whole coast and also the Coast Range. Gusts could reach 70 miles an hour tomorrow in the exposed headlands, generally 25 to 40 miles an hour, though, and the heavy rain starts to increase again from north, working its way south tomorrow evening. Willamette Valley temperatures very mild, mid to upper 60s, blustery tomorrow as well. You may not get much rain tonight. It starts to increase tomorrow in the afternoon and evening again. Areas of rain, warm and windy in central and eastern Oregon, near record highs in the upper 60s tomorrow. Very warm tonight as well. Snow level 10,000 feet in the Cascades. Very windy up there as well. 30 to 50 mile an hour winds up there around tree line. 60 degrees in the morning in Portland. Very warm overnight tonight. Near 65 for high tomorrow. Rain at times increasing, becoming heavier in the evening. South winds 20 to 35 miles an hour. Warm everywhere tonight and mild tomorrow afternoon with the rain continuing to fall west of town. East side temperatures also in the middle 60s tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. We do turn cooler and the rain eases off later Tuesday. Cooler weather yet Wednesday, Thursday with some mountain snow, and then more rain for Friday through Sunday as highs stay near 50 with snow accumulating in the mountains. Andy will be following the heavy rain tomorrow morning beginning at 5 a.m.
We are following breaking news tonight as a house fire tears through a local home. We will have more on that and also more on the earthquake that we had tonight coming up in the Fox 12 Final Cut.
The Final Cut is breaking down barriers tonight as college kids try to get to an NFL game a little too early to get the perfect shot for their class project. Police say some criminals are leaving their blue and white collar shirts at home and trying on a plaid pattern. And did dolphins try and walk the earth? Why scientists believe there may not be any barriers for this mammal coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live local.
Viewers are spreading the news about Good Day Oregon. I love the 12 on 12 segments from Christina in Vancouver. Perlin of Portland says it is current information, my favorite news program. Good Day Oregon, first live local, weekdays starting at 5 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Here's what respected Oregon newspapers say about Measure 42 to ban the use of credit information in insurance.
The McMinnville News Register says Measure 42 is a bad idea that will raise insurance rates for people with good credit to subsidize others.
The Eugene Register Guard says 42 is poorly written and full of unintended consequences.
The Hillsborough Argus warns that premiums could go up for the 60 to 70% of Oregonians with good credit.
The Bend Bulletin says we don't want to pay more for insurance. No on 42.
Lee's Carpet, the only carpet with a 25-year stain warranty and 120-day satisfaction guarantee. Available now at Paulson's.
If you don't love it, we'll replace it for free. No questions asked.
For more than 85 years, Paulson's Floor Coverings.
Man, this thing is smunchy. Smunchy? Soft, melty, crunchy. It's smunchy.
I'm thinking Craffelty. Crunchy, soft, melty.
No, it's more about crunchy, chewy, cheesy. How about crunchy, wheezy? I love you.
Awkward.
I love you.
Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. For a textural taste sensation, think outside the bun.
Check engine light on? Get it checked for free at AMCO. AA MCO.
Folks who live near this local road, remember these pictures well, and now Highway 35 could get worse before it gets better. That's coming up in Fox 12 Final Cut.
Wake up to an entire year of savings with Comcast. For just $33 a month, get America's #1 high-speed internet with McAfee security, enhanced cable TV with on-demand, or Comcast digital voice with unlimited nationwide long distance and 12 popular calling features. That's right, only $33 each per month for 12 months. Subscribe to 1, 2, or all 3. It's your choice. Get ready to save. Call 1-800-COMCAST by Tuesday for one of our best offers ever.
Carsoup.com is the only automotive website where you can get local prices on actual vehicles from local dealers. Find daily specials on new and used worth thousands. Current rebates, incentives, more ways to get the lowest price. Carsoup is one serious website for serious shoppers who want to save serious dough. Seriously. Smarter search, better results. Carsoup.com. With all these great dealers on Carsoup, finding your next vehicle is easy. Just pick and click. Carsoup.com.
He brought our schools back from the worst funding crisis in decades, moved millions of dollars from administrative overhead into the classroom, and increased college scholarships 30%. Ted Kolangoski. Nobody fights harder to improve our schools. His education enterprise plan will mean smaller class sizes, better teacher training, and up-to-date textbooks, and it'll finally guarantee stable funding for schools. Ted Kolangoski. Other politicians get more attention, but no governor gets more done.
Stand by the final cut in 3, 2, 1, cue 'em.
The final cut starts tonight with news from across America. The search for bodies continues after a deadly hotel fire in Reno, Nevada. So far, 9 bodies have been found at the historic hotel. Authorities say it's the city's deadliest fire ever. The 84-year-old landmark caught fire on Tuesday. Police arrested the casino cook, who happens to be a paroled murderer, Valerie Moore. They suspect she started the blaze by setting a mattress on fire. Thousands came to mourn the loss of 5 firefighters who died in a California wildfire. The men died fighting the Esperanza fire last month. An arsonist started that blaze. It was the deadliest wildfire disaster in more than a decade. The Forest Service Honor Guard performed an elaborate ceremony to honor the fallen heroes.
2 Pennsylvania college students will probably ask permission next time they want to use an NFL stadium. Cops say the Carnegie Mellon students tried to break into the Pittsburgh Steelers stadium. They told police they were trying to shoot a music video there. Surveillance cameras caught the pair trying to climb the fence around Heinz Field Stadium early this morning. The aspiring music video directors are now charged with criminal trespass and criminal conspiracy. Impressive results in today's New York Marathon. A Latvian woman became the first woman to win the race in back-to-back years since the mid-90s. She finished in 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 5 seconds. The men's winner from Brazil finished in 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 58 seconds. He's the first South American to ever win the race. 7-time Tour de France champion Lance Armstrong also ran. He called it the hardest physical challenge he's ever completed. A teenager who lost his leg in a shark attack is conquering his fears tonight by heading back to the ocean for a triathlon. Craig Hutto nearly died 2 years ago off the coast of Florida when a bull shark bit him. But he said the terrifying ordeal wouldn't keep him from competing in today's triathlon challenge in San Diego. The high school senior has been practicing swimming with one leg to get ready for the event.
You got to get your technique down. You got to build your abs and your leg 2 times more as if you had 2 legs.
Hutto also prepared himself mentally for the challenge by focusing on the competition rather than the possibility of sharks in the water. The teen teamed up with his 2 brothers for the triathlon, who participated in the cycling and running portions of the event.
It's starting to look a lot like Christmas in Indianapolis. More than 200 volunteer electricians strung lights and garland on the Soldiers and Sailors Monument this weekend. The monument now has more than 4,000 lights and 6 miles of garland. Even though it's really just a stone monument dressed up like a Christmas tree, the city is calling it the tallest Christmas tree in the world. People who happen to walk by watch the project in amazement.
And then the person at the top is the one that's actually going to catch it up there and actually snap it in place.
Toy soldiers, candy canes, and banners will be installed this week. The tree will be lit during a festival at the end of the month.
Katrina's devastation may be changing the demographics of New Orleans. In fact, some say the Big Easy is becoming El Grande Facil. Since the flooding, about 30,000 Mexican day workers have settled in New Orleans, up from 5,000 just a year ago. Even local restaurants are changing to accommodate the culture.
The population asks for this kind of food. Like the Mexican guys don't like sandwich. They like chicken over rice, beans, red beans, jalapeno peppers.
Every day, groups of day laborers gather waiting to be hired. Many employers say they work faster and harder for less with a positive attitude. But American workers say sometimes Mexicans are taking jobs away from legal citizens.
In world news tonight, thousands of anti-government demonstrators marched through the central Mexican city of Oaxaca today, demanding federal police leave their town. The government sent the officers to the city last week to help control a 5-month-long protest against the state's governor. But after the officers forced protesters out of the city's main square, they set up camp to make sure the demonstrators wouldn't return. Today, several hundred people ended up attacking the officers with stones and bottles. At least 15 people died in 2 separate explosions in northeastern India today. 30 others were injured. The first blast ripped through a crowded marketplace, killing 13 people. 30 minutes later, 2 more died after another bomb exploded in a neighborhood. No one has claimed responsibility for the bombings, but police blamed separatist rebels. Authorities say it was likely a retaliatory strike from the United Liberation Front of Assam rebels. The group has been fighting for a separate homeland since 1971. Japanese researchers say they likely have further evidence that ocean-dwelling mammals once lived on land. They're studying a bottlenose dolphin with an extra set of fins that could be the remains of hind legs. Anglers captured the dolphin last week and alerted a nearby whaling museum about their discovery. Fossil remains show dolphins and whales were 4-footed land animals about 50 million years ago. Scientists say they later transitioned to an aquatic lifestyle and their hind legs disappeared.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
We are following breaking news tonight as a magnitude 2.6 earthquake that hit the Portland area tonight is getting a lot of attention. KPTV's Deborah Gill is live in the newsroom with the very latest. Deb?
Hillary, it was a 2.6 magnitude quake. It hit at 9:34. Originally, it was believed to be right downtown at 12th and Morrison, but take a look at some of these USGS websites that we found. Now they're saying they believe it's southeast, roughly 16th and Stark. Here's another one that's pretty interesting from the USGS, and it shows what people have felt it, how strongly they felt it, and where they felt it. This Did You Feel It website, 1,578 people have reported feeling this, both weak and light. It doesn't get any stronger than that, and there you see is the epicenter, but it's felt clear out here north into Washington and south around Milwaukee. And here is one more, and this, of course, is what we typically see when we're talking about earthquakes. You know, there's nothing, 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 and then suddenly it hits, short duration. Again, there have been no reports of damage, but a lot of people, 1,500 people in the metro area that have reported that they felt it. Again, a 2.6 earthquake hit at 9:34, and right now they believe southeast Portland, roughly Stark and 16th. Reporting live in the newsroom, Deborah Gill, the 10 o'clock news.
All right, Deborah, thank you. We're following another breaking story tonight. Portland firefighters are battling a house fire on Northwest Cornell Road right now. The blaze broke out around 8:30 tonight, and we just have some video into the Fox 12 newsroom. Authorities say the 3-story home is completely engulfed, and it appears to be a total loss. Crews say they've had some trouble fighting the fire because of the rain. They also say the house is hard to reach with their equipment. We're told the person who lives there is out of the house and safe tonight.
The Final Cut goes local now as the heavy rain could mean some big trouble for people living near one highway. Fox 12 meteorologist Drew Jackson joins us now to tell us why Highway 35 could see significant damage this week. Drew?
Yeah, Hillary, this is the type of weather pattern where in the past it has caused washout problems along Highway 35. And the area we're specifically talking about is Mount Hood. This is Highway 26 through here, and Highway 35 goes along the east side of the mountain and basically goes from Government Camp, or just east of Government Camp, towards Hood River. And what happens is the mountain is very bare of snow right now, so this is a fall type event when we get very heavy rain at a very high level. A lot of water gets stored in this White River Glacier up here on Mount Hood. It kind of gets dammed up during the summer runoff season, and a big heavy rain event like this sometimes is enough to unleash that dam, if you will, and a big flood of water comes down the White River Canyon and can be strong enough to completely knock out this bridge in some cases in the past along Highway 35 and cause lots of problems. It happened just a couple years ago, and a big time event happened in 1998. Again, this is the type of weather pattern where this could happen again. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just this is the type of pattern that has known to cause washouts along Highway 35. I'm Drew Jackson, the 10 o'clock news.
And stay tuned to Fox 12 for continuing coverage of our weather. We will have an updated forecast tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon and again on the 10 o'clock news. And you can always get the latest weather news on KPTV.com.
There's a growing crime trend hitting America's farmlands. It's called plaid collar crime, and it includes crimes like cattle rustling, timber theft, crop stealing, and tractor heists. More and more farms are saying if it's not nailed down, thieves think it's up for grabs.
It makes you mad as hell for a while, and then you kind of get numb to it. We would like to see something happen. We'd like to know that our property is more secure.
Plaid collar crime is topping $1 billion a year, and consumers end up paying the price. Farmers say they're forced to make up their losses by charging more for the food and goods they produce on their farms.
Hollywood is buzzing tonight about Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards' truce. They say they're calling one for the sake of their kids. In an interview to air tomorrow, Sheen tells Ellen DeGeneres that he's happy his estranged wife is dating Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora. He calls Sambora a good parent and a decent guy. The actor says they want to be responsible parents to their 2 young daughters. Sambora's ex-wife is former Richards pal Heather Locklear, but it's safe to say the two are now ex-friends.
A movie with a long title and some big laughs made a lot of money at the box office this weekend. The Ali G spin-off titled Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan debuted in the top spot at the box office. The comedy that pokes fun at Americans earned more than $26 million. Coming in at number 2 was The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Disney movie starring Tim Allen made $20 million. And in third place was the movie Flushed Away. The animated movie earned more than $19 million. And that's Fox 12's Final Cut for tonight.
Coming up, find out how you can shed pounds by just changing simple eating habits that you may not even be aware of in the Health Watch.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. In the past, you saw online predators run from our cameras. Now, on Monday's 10 o'clock news, the Fox 12 investigators go one step further. This time, these guys can't run.
Go.
A Fox 12 undercover investigation that will shock you. Only on Monday's 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
When your check engine light is on, it can cause concern. Is it a small problem or a large one? Put your mind at ease. Bring it to AMCO. Whatever it is, nobody can find it or fix it better. Check engine light on? Get it checked for free at AMCO. AA MCO.
Oregon's waited a long time for results from Ted Kulingoski, but Ted's time is up. Newspapers call Kulingoski a no-show governor who has not stepped up to lead. Ron Saxton will change Oregon with education reform, more money into classrooms, a focus on results. He'll hold the line on taxes, cut waste, control spending, with leadership, not partisanship. Kulingoski won't make the changes Oregon needs, but you can. Ron Saxton for governor.
If you want to lose weight, you may only have to change the way you think. Helpful tips coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
With all these relatives coming over, Ricky, we'll never fit around our old table. Whatever shall we do?
I have an idea. Let's get a new table.
Already got one.
Good. Hey, wait a minute. Where did you get the money for that? Was it another one of those harebrained schemes of yours? Or did you go through my wallet?
A little of both.
Make room for the family with a new dining set from Furniture Outlet. Go to www.OregonFurnitureOutlet.com for store locations.
Fox Monday. The episode you can't miss.
He's not trying to catch me. He's trying to kill me.
Prison Break. Monday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon. Your Vote 2006 coverage starts Tuesday night at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon. Last week, an overwhelming number of families lined up as Good Day Oregon helped correct how children's car seats were being installed, possibly saving these young lives. Now, Good Day Oregon is working to keep your family safe from identity theft. Find out how you can get in on our free Shred It event this week on Good Day Oregon. Fox 12 Oregon is taking the internet to a whole new level. KPTV.com is your link to local, national, and international news. KPTV.com.
Welcome back to the 10 o'clock news. I'm Tim Becker, and Oregon sports final is now just minutes away. Among the items on the docket tonight, big wins for both the Beavers and the Ducks. We'll recap the action and update you on where they sit right now in the Pac-10 standings. We'll also shift gears a little bit. We're going to take you inside the world of curling. You probably know it as that oddball Olympic sport. Well, it is alive and well right here in Portland. And don't look now, but lacrosse season is almost here. The Lumberjacks open training camp this month. We're going to head to tryouts, and Jacks coach Derek Keenan will join us in studio for a one-on-one interview. And how about them Blazers? Off to a 2-1 start, getting the job done in their home opener last night. You'll hear what the guys are saying about having a full house to root them on. And Joey Harrington, the former Duck, helping his Dolphins pull off the upset of the day in the NFL. You're going to hear from Joey as well. It is the best half hour of local sports coverage you'll see tonight at 11.
Beware of the people you meet online and don't offer to cash their checks for them. That's the latest warning from the banking community. Experts say the internet is a major new source of check fraud, and the tactics scammers use to lure their victims are increasingly devious and effective. The most common is a Nigerian banking scam. That's where someone will send you a check and ask you to cash it, then wire back the money. However, the checks are usually counterfeit, and it can take a week or more for the bank to figure that out.
In tonight's Health Watch, new research shows you can drop pounds by changing habits you may not even know you have. Cornell University professor Brian Wasnick says people add extra calories to their diet subconsciously. For example, he found people eat more food during comic movies rather than sad movies. They eat more M&Ms the more colorful they are, and they eat less food when they use a smaller plate. Wasnick says people should avoid fad diets and instead change little behaviors that cut just 200 calories a day. He says this means hiding candy and avoiding jumbo-sized packaging. Scientists may have finally unlocked the mystery behind SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. They say SIDS children may have problems regulating their serotonin levels. The hormone controls breathing, body temperature, and waking. Experts say the discovery may lead to early diagnosis and possibly a treatment. SIDS is the leading cause of death in America among babies ages 1 month to 1 year.
All right, and Drew Jackson joins us once again. I guess the motto of the night is you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, the rain really going to pick up. If you're sure you want to see the 7-day forecast, here it is. It is going to be warm tonight and wet north of Portland. Rain increases for everyone again tomorrow afternoon. Very heavy rain Monday night into Tuesday, then more showery type rain Wednesday, Thursday. End of the week, same thing.
Yeah, we're hearing about a lot of flooding around town. Of course, I'll have the very latest for you tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon. Oregon Sports Final coming up next.
Good night.
Thank you for watching the Emmy Award-winning 10 o'clock news on Fox 12 Oregon. Rated Portland's #1 late newscast. And for overnight developments, wake up to Good Day Oregon tomorrow morning. Your first live and local source for news, weather, and traffic. Fox Monday. It's the wildest courtroom defense yet.
Sharks didn't kill her, Ron.
But they ate half of her. Justice. Monday at 9 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Is that true? Was it really on KPTV.com?
Yeah, it was a story on Fox 12's 10 o'clock news. They said that there was more information about the story on KPTV.com. I got the entire story.
Wow, that's great.
Then I clicked over to KPTV.com's weather.
You mean the local weather for this area?
Yeah, I got what I needed about the weather. It mentioned that I needed to bring an umbrella for the sprinkles, so I did.
Very smart.
Now I check every day before I leave home.
That sounds great. So tell me more.
Everyone's talking about KPTV.com. Are you?
Disasters can strike without warning, but taking steps to prepare is simple. Take 5 to survive. A lot can be done in a little time. Just start with easy 5-minute projects, such as storing emergency water, copying important documents, or planning for your pet. With each task you finish, you're more prepared. Fox 12 and your local emergency response agencies urge you to take 5 to survive. To learn how, visit osam.org.
You know, Good Day Oregon's weather and traffic, it has everything really the family needs. You can gear up for school.
You can plan your route to work.
You can know how long it's going to take to run your errands.
You got to know where it's slow, where it's raining.
I like to just get right to the muck of it all. Okay, here's what the temperature is, and here's the forecast.
Andy works hours in advance, so you have a fresh forecast.
I don't think a name goes with traffic better than Tony, because he knows these roads inside and out.
Because we're doing traffic from a helicopter, we can be there quickly and get you the information that no one else is going to have.
See what's happening where you live.
And where you need to go.
Good Day Oregon.
Weekday mornings on Fox 12.
Sell your vehicle on carsoup.com and get ready. Things start to happen fast. Full color pictures and all the information about your vehicle quickly find their way to thousands of local buyers. They get interested, they get in touch, and before you know it, for sale turns into sold. Sell your vehicle on CarSoup. It works. Smarter search, better results. carsoup.com. Selling a car, truck, motorcycle, or even an RV? Get results for just $25 till it sells, only at carsoup.com.
Man, this thing is smunchy. Smunchy? Soft, melty, crunchy. It's smunchy.
I'm thinking Craffelty. Crunchy, soft, melty.
No, it's more of a crunchy, chewy, cheesy. Crunch-cheesy.
Nice.
I know. Knuckle me.
Nice. Oh, okay, I'll just...
Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. It's a textural taste sensation. To get crunchy, chewy, and cheesy, think outside the bun.
He brought our schools back from the worst funding crisis in decades, moved millions of dollars from administrative overhead into the classroom, and increased college scholarships 30%. Ted Kulingoski. Nobody fights harder to improve our schools. His education enterprise plan will mean smaller class sizes, better teacher training, and up-to-date textbooks, and it'll finally guarantee stable funding for schools. Ted Kulingoski. Other politicians get more attention, but no governor gets more done.
Tonight on Oregon Sports Final.
Dixon for 3. Yes, sir!
Are the Blazers for real? You'll hear what the guys are saying about their solid start and winning back their fans. It is the upset of the day in the NFL, engineered in part by Joey Harrington.
We wanted to let people know that we're still a factor.
The Ducks and Beavers march on in the race to the Pac-10 finish line.
We have swagger right now, you know.
The second season around the corner for the Lumberjacks will go one-on-one with head coach Derek Keenan. Ready, slide, sweep. Curling goes local right here in Portland.
It is an oddball type sport.
Oregon Sports Final presented by Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome to the show, everybody. You know, it is early, very early in the NBA season, but I got to say the Trailblazers look like they're going to make a little noise around the league this year.
Yeah, just a little bit. They're off to a 2-1 start. The latest win last night, their home opener in front of a capacity crowd at the Rose Garden. Storm Large got things started with the national anthem. She's the local singer who recently made some noise on the TV show Rockstar. As for the game, Blazers trailed Minnesota by 16 after one quarter, but they rallied back. Martell Webster gives Portland the lead in the fourth with back-to-back three-pointers. Blazers on top 77-74. Moments later, Travis Outlaw going right over Kevin Garnett. Outlaw broke out with a team-high 18 points and 15 rebounds. 3 minutes to go. Minnesota retakes the lead on Ricky Davis's three. So the Blazers down by one with 6.2 seconds on the clock. Juan Dixon, bam, good night. Blazers rally to beat Minnesota 88-86, and that's exactly how this young Blazers team wanted to introduce itself.
That's what we play for, is for the fans. And when you have that opportunity to play in front of your fans, you know, give these fans something to come back for.
Everybody was in this game. Everybody was ready when their name was called. And, you know, fortunately, when the ball came me and Juan's way, when we knocked those shots down.
Hopefully this shows them, you know, with their support, you know, we can do a lot of special things. So if they can turn out like that every night and we can get that type of effort, it'll be a great season.
Tell you what, rookie Brandon Roy right there has been nothing short of spectacular, averaging just over 18 points a game so far. Expectations were high for the kid from Seattle, and he's meeting them head on. His debut in the season opener at Seattle in front of family and friends was a storybook start to his career, scoring 20 points in the Blazers' first win.
I would have been happy scoring 8 points.